Sometimes analyzing arguments and searching for evidence is not enough. We need to question and evaluate arguments in the light of the best available information, and not just accept them as valid. This context, to question, means to develop the logical skill of evaluating an argument in terms of how well the premises support the conclusion. Imagine that you're speaking with your good friend, Anne. Anne says she read about a study in the newspaper a few days ago, stating that 80% of people who drink 4 coffees per day become smarter. Therefore, she concludes that people who drink a lot of coffee are becoming smarter every day. Should we agree with Anne's conclusion? As we said before, to determine this we must ask how well the premises sustain the conclusion. In order to do that, we can ask 3 questions. Are the premises true? Are the premises justified? And are the premises reliable? However, you must remember that critical thinking is not about memorizing formulas, and that evaluating arguments always depends on the context and form of the argument. An argument is presented as evidence that becomes the premise, and is always based on a source. In this case, the source is a scientific study. Therefore, the main question is this scientific study reliable? When dealing with scientific studies, we should always ask for the source of the study itself to find out if the result is biased. Imagine that this study was first published in a magazine edited by a famous brand of coffee and not in a notable scientific magazine. One may ask if a brand of coffee would not have an interest to publish such a study to influence their customers and increase the consumption of coffee. And one might also question the standards of such a publication and if the study qualifies as scientific. Furthermore, this premise also deals with statistics, and when it comes to statistics, we should always analyze their data with a critical eye. We should ask if the sample is large enough and if the sample was selected in order to influence the data and produce desired results. For example, if this study shows a sample of people that already have high IQ, the study's results are very doubtful. After all, we may ask, was this definition of critical thinking solid enough? Are you thinking about specific counterexamples for this definition?